Yo, 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 what's going on, everybody? My name is Rob Carmona, and welcome back to another episode of Rob the Mic. So, I know I've been talking to you guys about me trying to find more time for myself and do things that kind of make me happy, and that I've almost been like in a little bit of a funk, just trying to figure everything out and get shit situated, both career wise, personal life, and everything in between. So, I actually had a little bit of time to do that last week, which is kind of nice. Despite still having a lot of work to do, I was able to find my moments and also get better about separating my time and be better about telling myself like, yo, it's okay to stop. It's okay to chill out. It's okay to watch a movie. It's okay to slow down, like, and not beat myself up about it. Because I feel like this week specifically, that's kind of come up a lot. It came up in therapy. It came up over the weekend. And it's almost been just like this reoccurring theme that's been talked about. So it's something I wanted to talk to you guys about today too, but I did want to talk about kind of like how it all went down and I guess how we're going to end up in today's topic. So on Friday, it was pretty nice. I actually had some time for a family party. It was one of my Theo's 60th birthdays, and he had it at a bar here in Whittier. And I think it's called Muchas Gracias, which it's like a tiny little spot that's like right in downtown Whittier. And they ended up renting out the bar, so it was cool. It was like all family, friends, and things like that. And I ended up dancing on my own as usual. The music was fire. Like, that family has a really, really great music taste, because I know, and I'm sure a lot of you guys listening right now, you kind of know where I'm pointing to, in a sense that like everybody has either those houses or those family members that just the music is on point every time. It's like you already know it's going to be a good time. It's going to be a party. And that's exactly what it was. Like, I think they had 2 or 3 DJs. All of them were fire. And it was cool because it was pretty much everything that I love and listen to. So everything from like 70s, 80s up to like some really early 90s. And it was the shit. It was the shit. I was having the time of my life. And I remember my mom was like, dude, some of your tias were coming up to me and talking. And they were like, dude, it's so crazy that like Rob's just doing his thing. Cause I was just fucking dancing. Like, I liked the music. One of my tias had taken me out to dance, and like usually for me, once I start it, it's like I'm not gonna stop. Like, if the music's fire, I'm not gonna stop dancing. So I went the whole fucking night. The whole night. And then once a certain type of 80s came on, certain bands, like The Cure, The Smiths, and things like that, like it was over for me. Like, you couldn't get me off. And I was just there chilling, doing my thing. And it's been a while since I'd done that. Like, I was very used to doing that, like when I was younger. Like, once I started dancing, it was just something I loved, and I knew I was going to carry with me forever. And when I would go out with homies and they were like, yo, we're going to go to this club, then they'd be like, okay, we're going to meet up around 9. So I said, cool. I'd get there a little bit early. Usually me, I'd always get there first. So I'd get there, and at first I would just sit in my car and like wait and wait and wait. And then I would sit there being like, damn, dude, I'm over here wasting valuable fucking floor time. You know what I mean? I got to get out there. So then I started going in by myself, and I go in early, and they would hit me up and be like, dude, where are you? We're waiting in the parking lot. I'm like, dude, I've been in here. I've been getting down. They're like, bro, who you been dancing with? And I was like, nobody. Myself. Like, I'm just getting down. Trying to have a good time. I'm here to get down. And it's not that like you can't dance with me. It's not like I don't want to dance with people, but I don't need anybody to dance. Like, I just want to have a good fucking time. And what's funny is, even what was it? I think it was like 2 years ago now, that Albert, myself, Yessie, like we went out to LA for one of my birthdays, and we went to this event called Scam and Jam, which is one of my all-time favorite events. And considering how much I love that event, it's sad that I don't go. Like, that was the last time I went, which is a very long time ago, and it's bullshit because I fucking love that event. But anyways, they got to see it, because it's like I wasn't trying to dance with anybody. I wanted to dance. I wanted to have a good time for me. And that's something I wanted to do on Friday. Like, I found my opportunity. I found that vein, right? And I said, cool, I'm going to hit it. And I'm going to fucking get it as long as I can. And I had a great fucking time. And it was so nice having that, because it almost started and kept the tone for my weekend, which was cool. And I really needed that. And honestly, even Thursday coming up, like into Friday, was really nice too. Um, I went to go kick it with my buddy Rob. His car was in a really bad accident as of recent, and the car was parked, and a trailer came by, like trying to think of maybe like a 7 car trailer. It was like a stackable one, and just fucking ran into his car and just completely ran it over, fucked up the whole front end. So I had to go repair a harness, do a couple little things here and there, but it was a successful day. And it was nice. That also set the tone for my Friday, because Friday was cool. It was chill. It felt good. And then I was like, okay, cool. Now we're going into Saturday, which was even more dope. So I had an event for one of my homies, this guy, Eric. He's a part of a club called Iconix. And they had told me about, they were going to have like a cruise and shine type situation, like a little local show. And they were like, dude, if you can make it out, come through. So of course I had to make it out. He's been one of my day one supporters. He's always been down for my work. He's always pushed it out as much as he can. And he's always been welcoming from the very, very beginning. So I can't complain. So I went, kicked it over there. I had no idea who was going to go. I didn't talk to people before. I didn't reach out to homies, nothing. It's just something I had in my calendar. I said, all right, cool. I'm going to be here on this day. And that's it. So to my surprise, I had a bunch of homies that came out from the Valley, and just a lot of people that came out in general that I'm really close with. So I said, okay, cool. Like I already know it's going to be a vibe. And originally I was like, well, I'll go take pictures for a little bit and then I'll jet home. So a little bit turned into basically the entire fucking day. So I was there from around like 12:30-ish. I didn't leave till around 8. So it was dope. I loved it. And even though I was working, I actually spent a lot of time just kicking it with homies and catching up and talking and laughing, and how would you say, just kind of putting time into those relationships, because I was like, dude, yes, I'm here to work. Yes, I'm here to have a good time, but you can find your moments that you can walk away and do your thing, but enjoy this. Like, don't walk away from the homies. Don't not be with them and have a beer and have a laugh and do all those things, right? Because what's the point of it all? What's the point of me doing what I do and I don't get to enjoy it? Right? So one of those conversations that stood out the most was I got to talk to one of my buddies, Tim. He's from this club called Cliffside. He has this like murdered out Cadillac, and I have footage of it in my my Dogtown video from Venice. So if you guys haven't seen that video and you want to check it out, you'll know which one his is, because it's literally the only completely murdered out Cadillac that's in there, and it's the most badass fucking thing ever. Like, it's sinister looking. You see it, it's just dark, it's wild. In that realm, not a lot of people will go that whole murdered out route, because you'll see a lot of like chrome, you'll see a lot of this, a lot of, how would you say, like people will restore it, right? You'll see more of an OEM type color, chrome, certain color interior. He said, fuck all that shit. He just went all black, straight up Batmobile shit, and it's fucking dope. But anyways, him and his club were out there, and it's always dope talking to him, because he's probably one of the most open, level-headed people that I've met in the last couple years. And it's insane how supportive he is. And he's so, how would you say, I don't even know if this is a word, but like he's so, like he's not afraid to speak it. Like he'll tell me like, hey dude, I'm proud of you. I see what you're doing. I'm always going to push you. He responds to a bunch of my pictures. He's always like DMing me like, hey dude, this is sick. This is sick. Having some sort of interaction. But we were talking about just like the magazine features and like how everything's been going. And he's like, dude, like I'm watching you. I see you. I'm proud of you. And I was like, man, and these are things I don't expect to hear, right? Like I'm just there kicking it with the homies. All of a sudden, Tim blindsides me with this. And I'm over here like, why am I on my feels all of a sudden, But it's sick coming from people like him, because I know he's being a genuine person. Like this is who he is. He's not trying to front. He's not trying to act some sort of way. He's been like this from day one and has never fucking changed ever. Like the vibe, everything between us has never changed. It's always been the most consistent. And I always look at that. I take notes of that with people, right? Like who changes up, who acts some sort of way, who kind of dips out, who stays around, who comes in, everything like that, right? Like right now, I feel like it's a very important time for me to take those notes. At this age, at this period in my life, like I need to do that. I need to take my notes on every fucking thing, every person, because I'm trying to watch what's in my life right now. Who, what, when, where, all these things kind of filter my feed in a sense, right? The way we do it with our socials, we can do the same thing with our lives. We can look at these people and we can say, okay, you know what? I need more of this person, or I need them around. Maybe this one, let's shift this out. Let's push this, let's push that, whatever. He's one of those people that has very much made a ground for himself in my life. He's put himself there, and I'm like, yeah, this is the guy I need here for sure. And it was sick too, because he had his youngest son with him. So I got to meet him, kick it with him for a little bit. And I'm like, dude, you fucking hit the lotto. Like, as far as a dad goes, you hit the fucking lotto. Like, obviously I don't know him the way that you do, but from what I know, like, of your dad and the way that he interacts with me, the way that he treats me and talks to me as a person, like, fuck, dude, that's insane. Like, you're a lucky one. And he's like, yeah, bro, like, for sure. And even that, right? Like, his own son realizing that and acknowledging that, like, yeah, dude, like, you're right. My dad for sure is that guy. And he is. Like, you look at him from afar, you talk to him and just kind of catch his vibe, and you're like, damn, dude, you're fucking cool as shit. And then you really get to know him on a personal level, and you're like, God damn it, dude. Nail on the coffin. Like, you're exactly the person I thought you were. Like, you're warm, you're caring, you're loving, you're supportive. Like, you're down for the people that you're down for, which is hard to find, because you have so many people like, oh yeah, dude, I'm here for you, I'm whatever. But when push comes to shove, those motherfuckers are ghosts. A majority of those fucking people end up just falling by the wayside. And it's like, well, where the fuck were you when I needed you? Where the fuck were you when I was trying to come up, when I was trying to do something? Or when you saw me doing something, all you did was watch. You didn't say anything. He's one of the first people that will turn around for any accomplishment, for anything that I do, and say, hey, this is fucking sick. Hey, I'm proud of you. Hey, this, and that. And again, these are things that I look at. These are things that I look for. And of course, this not just goes with Tim. This is with anybody. It's like when I see that type of shit with people that I love and care for, I'm like, hey, that is fucking amazing. I'm proud of you. This is sick, right? Because that's how we do it. Like, we got to keep each other and push each other so that we can all keep going. We can all keep moving. And if you don't want that for the people around you, or you're not that kind of person, I can't have you in my life. It's nothing personal. It just doesn't work for me. I don't have time for this whole like fronting shit. People trying to act some sort of way. Like, nah. Like, for example, on Friday, this is mad brief. I'm not going to get into it too crazy. But Friday, for example, that family's like, dude, how come you don't come around more? Da 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 da. And I'm like, nah. Because I've seen enough and I know what type of people. And for me, obviously, I don't tell them and break all this shit down. But it's like, I know where I'm supposed to be, and it's not around people like this. Nothing, no offense to any of them. Like, they can live their life, they can do their thing. It just doesn't involve me, because again, I know what kind of people they are, and I need people that love me, that support me, that push me. That's the type of people I need. I don't need two-faced bullshit. I don't need people acting one way with me, and then around a group of people they act different. No. I don't need that. I don't need the shift up. I don't have fucking time for it. I'm too old for that shit. Be consistent. Be the type of person that you are through and through. You don't change for nobody. You don't change around nobody. Nothing like that. You are the same person all the way through, right? So I look at people like Tim, consistent as fuck. Consistent as fuck. That's why I have so much love for him. Another person that was there that was, that I also have that same amount of love for is my boy Frank. Same thing. His love, his energy, his vibrancy, like that's what I'm talking about. That's what I need in my life, right? And then I get to come across other people, like some of the genocide homies pulled up too. So I had like Shane, Roop, and it's like cool ass people, right? But I get to spend time with Roop, and I'm like, bro, this is amazing. Like, I love it. I love being around him. I love his energy. I love who he is. He's this strong individual that I like look up to. And there's just something about him. Like I like being around him. Even if we don't say shit, even if we don't talk, like I just like being in his presence. He's that type of person for me. So Saturday was heavy for me because it was cool. I got to enjoy myself. I got to do my job, take my pictures, do my thing, make my work, and also be around people that I love and care for. So it's like, what more could I ask for? What more could I fucking ask for? I couldn't ask for shit, right? So Sunday, I ended up taking it easy. It was cool. It was nice. Just kick back. I didn't fucking do anything. I was like, I'm chilling today. I don't want to do shit. And it was nice to do that and let myself do that. I was like, you're not going to work. At night, I ended up having a little bit of like, oh, you know what? I'm going to do some editing. And I edited for maybe like a half hour. And then I said, wait, hold up. Stop this shit. We're going to chill. We're going to watch a movie. And I ended up watching, on Sunday, I saw Heretic, which if you haven't seen it, it's an A24 film. It is a wild movie. It's not like the craziest shit in the world, but it does make you think a lot, without a doubt. Long story short, it's about these two Mormon missionaries that go to this dude's house, and basically he kidnaps them and almost holds them hostage based on their religious beliefs. And he's questioning them and questioning whether they believe or this or that, and talking to them about all kinds of religions and the correlations between all of them, and how certain things are taken from certain religions and twisted and done this and that and this. Anyways, if you're into that type of shit, if you're into any sort of like, theology, psychology, just everything revolving and that goes around religion, if you're curious, check it out. Even if you're not the most religious person and you like questioning it, or you enjoy that sort of mind play, watch it. Because it's, I don't know, it's fucking interesting. But it was nice to be able to sit down and do that. And also be able to catch myself to say, hey, don't do this shit. Don't. It's Sunday night, kick back. You can finish up and you can work tomorrow. And not feel guilty about it. Right? So that kind of led me into my Monday. So to start my Monday, I had therapy. And it was cool. It was a good session. But I had mentioned just what I had done on Sunday. And she's like, okay, like I get that. She goes, what? She goes, your generation, like for the year that you were born, you're considered a millennial, right? I said, yes. So she goes, okay, you have to understand that the generations that came before you, the two, were very, very different. And the one before you had it right. The one before them didn't, right? So she started talking about generational stress. And then we start talking about cultural stress, because there was a certain point in time that you just worked 24/7. It didn't matter what you did. If you had downtime, you worked, and that was it. And that's what was the right thing to do. So the generation before myself, which I can't remember all the fucking names, so I don't know like which one it is, but the generation before mine started to figure it out and say, hey, you know what? Maybe we don't work all the time. Maybe we work during these hours and these times. And then after this, we kick back and we chill, and it's all right. And you can't, don't feel bad about it. Because working 24/7 and working all the fucking time, 7 days a week, is not the answer to the problems. If anything, it causes more problems, right? Then my generation came around and said, hey, all right, we get it. This is that. Like, I fuck with what these fools are saying before. So let's just kind of keep that going, and let's figure out how we keep this separation of space. But then on top of that, for myself speaking, I have cultural stress. So, which ties into that first group, right? Where it's you work all the time. Like seeing my family, seeing their work ethic, it was instilled in me from when I was a kid. Like I was working around 5 or 6 with my uncles. Like I remember going with him to go wash cars, and I wouldn't just sit there. Like I had a little stool and I would take it with me, and he would have me washing wheels. That was my first job as a kid, like as a fucking little ass kid. I'd sit there, I have my brush, I had my bucket, I knew how to mix the soap, and I'd go over there and I'd wash the wheels really good and fucking do this and do that and like clean the tires and all this bullshit. But that's how I was raised. Like, you work, you do shit. If you have time, you use it to do something. And it's not even just with making money, but it's just in general. Like, do something with your time. Don't just sit there. Don't just watch TV. But I also realized the downside of that too. Because then I find myself in situations like I did on Sunday, where I'm enjoying my downtime, I'm kicking back, and then after a certain amount of time, I'm like, I feel like I should do something. All right, I'm gonna work. And then I'm like, hold on. It's Sunday night. Like, what the fuck are you doing? Just kick back. It's cool. Watch a movie. Have some ice cream. I don't fucking know. Like, just chill. So I'm trying to kind of change that right now because I'm needing to fall back on it because I realize I'm in this almost like an unhealthy relationship with my work. And I think that's been the hardest thing about owning and running a business, is that you don't really know when to stop. And I try to treat it like a 9 to 5 where I wake up and I do things from this time to this time, but it doesn't really work that way for me, especially with my family and my home life. Like, sometimes I have to stop and pull away and take care of this and take care of that, do this, do that. So my hours might get shifted. And, and don't get me wrong, it's fine to do that on some days, but I find myself doing that every day. So the line is blurred as to what my dedicated work hours are, because I don't have them. So then I have situations like Sunday where if I have downtime, I'll find myself running to my computer. And there I am, clicking away. I'm editing. I'm doing this. I'm going through emails. I'm trying to respond to this. And it's like, fuck, I have to learn how to stop that shit. And I'm not saying that I want to completely stop fucking working, right? But it's to find that, that work-life balance. Because it's very askewed right now. It's very leaned to one way. And that's where it has to change. Because I remember when I was at my corporate job, it was obviously a very easy work-life balance. I went in at this time. I was done at this time. Certain days, obviously, I had to go a little bit later. But even then, you're talking maybe an hour, possibly 2 hours past my general get off time, or like my general off hour. And it was fine. Everything after that was clean. I kicked back. I didn't take the stress with me. But now it's a very different time. Because I'm constantly wondering, I'm constantly thinking, what's next? How do I do this? Why do I need to do this? Okay, da-da-da-da. How do we move here? How do we go there? How do we do this? Money here, money there. It's a different kind of stress that I've been in this position before where I've done my whole, the whole freelancing thing, but it wasn't as serious as it is now. Back then, it was definitely a little easier. Right now, it's tough. There's all kinds of shit going on. Budgets are weird with companies, with different people. Like, not everybody wants to put money into creative, and you're fishing, right? Like, you're trying your best to just fucking reach and pull and grab any string that you can. But also be careful about the work that you do, right? Because I don't want to end up in situations where I'm like, fuck, I'm just taking anything. And thankfully, I'm not in that situation where I have to do things like that. But I know and have come across people who have ended up in those situations, and I see what it does to them. And I'm like, dude, at that point, you might as well just go back to corporate work. Because at least if you're going to work somewhere, I would say to work somewhere that you care for, or that at least you fuck with their vision, versus doing a bunch of bullshit work. So even if you're doing quote unquote bullshit work, you're doing it for somebody or for a company that you can fuck with, that you align with, that you kind of see yourself moving with, right? And I don't want to put myself in that predicament. So even though I'm looking at certain corporate positions, I'm keeping my eyes out, because you never know, right? Like sometimes I will come across opportunities and I'm like, oh shit, like I can't not. Like that's a dream job. I do it. I apply for it. I check it out. Why? Because why the fuck not? Who knows? Who knows? Shit happens. That's kind of how I came across my 4-wheel parts. It was a dream job. I was like, what? No way. Ran it up, applied, and I ended up in the position. And that was fucking incredible. That's the one job that I look back on and I'm like, man, that shit was amazing through and through. Even on my hard days. Everything was so rewarding. And I'm like, I would love to be in that position again. Like, not specifically for that company, but in that position where I'm in an industry that I love, doing something that I love, knowing that the pieces that I'm making are, in a sense, making a difference. Where I'm doing something, I'm really creating something that's gonna be seen. Like, I love shit like that. And being a part of a team that was fucking badass. The team was so stacked. And again, I'll never let that shit go. But I try to keep myself aligned as much as I can. And I use that as a motivator. I try to keep that same work ethic. I look back on mentors. I look back on people that have taught me and shown me things. And I say, okay, well, those type of things are what help me run my business every day. But I also don't need to stress like that, because I stress myself out way too much, where I'll lose sleep. I'll skip meals. I just won't take care of myself the way that I need to. And I feel it. Like, physically, mentally, I just feel fucked up. And I'm just like, I don't know what's going on, but I don't feel right. Something doesn't feel right. Like, I feel super fatigued. I feel like this. I feel irritable. Like, hold on. That's why when I have my moments that I can step away, like when I went to Joshua Tree a couple weeks ago with Sebastian, I take those days, like, fuck, and I hold them so close. Because I'm like, man, this is that shit. Like, I've been feeling it even the last couple weeks too. Like, since Joshua Tree, I mean, I never want to leave. When I go out to nature, I never want to fucking come home. Like, I'm like, dude, just fucking leave me here. I'm cool, But I've been wanting to get back. I want to go to the mountains. I want to go see the snow. I want to go here. I want to go there. And it's like, I need to make time to do that. And I've been trying to look at my calendar, trying to see what days, because it's like, I want to get out. I need to go back, fucking realign my shit. Get back with my nature, my nature boy type shit. But when I was talking about all of this with my therapist, she goes, dude, this is the thing for you. Like, you're going to have to slowly work through all this, because she goes, even if we talk about it, you have to be able to take the steps forward, because you're the only person that can change your life. You're the only person that can do anything about anything. And we've talked about this before, you guys. It's not just from that standpoint, but it's with everything. We are the only ones that can change our lives. So we can shift how we view and how we do things. And it's okay to say no to people, places, things, like whatever. If we have to do certain things for ourselves, we need to do that. And right now I need to prioritize that. And I'm trying. It's a process. But at least now I can recognize it. So I can have my moments like Sunday, where I can say, okay, we need to stop. Let's go watch a movie. Let's chill out. Like yesterday, I actually stepped away from work for a little bit because there was just shit that needed to get done around the house. Had to go cut the grass, check on some stuff with the water softener, just do a bunch of shit. And it felt good. And I said, all right, cool. This is nice. And I don't feel bad about it. Right? And granted, maybe a part of it's because I'm being productive in other ways. Maybe that's why I'm not beating myself up so much, because I feel like I just need that whole do something where I'm not like my fucking grandma would like lay into me, but like I can hear mainly my uncle Alfredo. I can hear him. Like it's like, dude, he would just be like, do something. And I mean, that's how he was his entire life. From when he was a kid. He was always busting his ass. I never not saw him busting his ass. So for me, it's like, that's how I almost, not like keep his memory alive, but I do a lot in his name. Because I'm like, what would he do? What would he want me to do? But then I also realized there was a lot of shit that he did that wasn't healthy. And he could have taken it a little easy. And I used to give him shit all the time. Be like, bro, just kick back. It's not that serious. Oh, dude, this isn't. I'm like, hold on. It's not like that. Just chill. So as much as I try to live in his honor and like honor his name in a way where I'm like being productive and doing things and trying to constantly move forward, I can also honor myself and a life that I'm creating and slow down and enjoy it and not beat myself up because I'm not working 24/7, And so one other thing that we talked about as I still in therapy, that I was like, that 35 was creeping up, right? And I feel like now, like I overlook milestones because of things that I haven't hit yet, or being stuck on life not panning out a certain way, at least like the way I thought it would, like where I would be at this point in my life. And she goes, dude, that's a tough one. She goes, because you coming up on this age is a big one. This is for some reason, there's like, that's a really big one. I feel like you have your 21, 30, and 35. Like those are always really like heavy hitters. And that 35 one, man, again, I had certain plans and I feel like I'm beating myself up in the worst fucking way. Like, dude, you didn't do this. You haven't hit this. You haven't hit this. You haven't hit this. You didn't buy a house. You didn't fucking do this. And it's sad because I fucking miss everything else that's in front of me, right? Like, again, I overlook shit like the magazines. I would have never in my life, never thought that a magazine would do a story on me, let alone 2 different magazines. Stories on me personally. Why I do what I do, how I got to where I am, and then also featuring my work. Like, not that I don't celebrate them, but it almost, like, I just kind of let it go. Because again, it's almost like the plan was different. Not that necessarily that wasn't a part of the plan, but it wasn't. I didn't really see shit like that. But there's milestones that I just, and even career-wise, there's things that I have hit, but will get overlooked and just kind of shut down because, well, you didn't hit this. You might have hit that, but you didn't hit that. And she was telling me, my therapist was telling me that this is a very common thing for like people in their 30s, that just your 30s are very transformative. And like, there's nothing wrong with it. And it's not that it's getting worse, but times are very fucking different compared to 20, 30 years ago. Where in your 30s, you could have really hit these milestones. You could have done these things. And I'm not saying that it's not possible, right? Everybody hits at different times. Some people might be on that track. They might be doing certain things and doing it well, which is great. But then there are some people, including myself, that again, maybe had a certain plan and it's just not there yet. And maybe things are getting delayed here. And maybe they're getting delayed somewhere else. Right? So it's okay. Like, I can't beat myself up for it. So she's like, dude, you got to be careful. You got to be careful. She goes, you're going to set yourself in this hole. It's going to get really dark, really deep, and you're not going to fucking be able to get out. And I was like, yeah, I know. I feel it. And it's like it's funny because you hear that whole like seasonal depression thing. And for me, that seasonal depression usually comes around my birthday, where things are just tough. I reflect, and it's that time is coming, dude. We're in fucking March. April, May, June. I'm 3 months out. Literally today, March 19th, I'm 3 months out to the date of my birthday. And I'm already like, what the fuck? 35. What are you going to do? Where are you going to be? What's going to happen? A lot of shit can go down in 3 months too. A lot of shit can go down in 3 months. And over the last couple years, it's taught me that time can never be taken for granted. Time fucking moves. It's moving so fast now. Like, and I've had that conversation with both my therapist and other people too, where it's like, I don't remember time moving this fast. Like, obviously time moves the way it does, but it's mobbing right now. All of a sudden we're here. All of a sudden we're in this fucking year. We're in this time. We're in this. And it's like, fuck, man. It's like, how do you not feel like you're falling behind all the time? And then, of course, stresses of social media and looking all that shit, which is why I always tell you guys, curate your feeds, curate what you look at shit that inspires you, right? Because those type of things are important. You don't want to look at shit that's just keeping you down all the time. So getting through therapy again, it was a good session, but it left me very pensive. And I love sessions like that leave me in that way. Like, I like the ones that also leave me feeling good too. Not that this one didn't leave me feeling good, but it just left me in a state of thought. It felt like I was in this limbo. And I've been processing the rest of that day, yesterday, especially yesterday, because I had like time to just work with my hands. And usually when I'm working with my hands and working on other shit is the time that I get to process my thoughts. So I've been in this state, and I knew I wanted to talk to you guys about all this. And then late last night, probably like around 1, maybe like around 1 or something like that, I was cruising on the podcast Instagram, because that feed is very different, right? Like there's a lot of inspiration, there's a lot of good shit. When I need something in life, I need like that perspective, and I need to just read good shit or see, something like that, I go there, which is super nice. And that's how I love having it curated. That one thing is for my mental health. It's for just that guidance. So I'm like, cool, I got that. I got my personal one, which a lot of it is just like cars and food and dumb shit with the homies. And then I have my other side, which is like my grounding in a way. So I go look at scrolling. I said, I know I'm going to find something here. Like, I know it. And then I started to like doubt that, because I was like, nothing's hitting. This isn't it. I was like, fuck it. Closed it. And I was like, I'm going to check one more time. So I go back, open it back up. And then boom. I think I scrolled maybe like 2 or 3 times. And then there was this little paragraph. And I was like, ooh, there's something about it. Let me see what it is. And it hit a certain way. So I'm going to read it to you guys, see if you guys feel the same way. And I don't think this just fits this age group. I think it can kind of go for everybody, but it's about a specific age group. So here it is. You hit your 30s and suddenly life looks nothing like you imagined. No perfect career, no dream house, no great love story wrapped up in a bow. Just you navigating, healing, unlearning, and trying to trust the timing of your own life. Most days, you're fine. You remind yourself that everything happens when it's meant to. But then there are the quiet moments, the scrolling too long moments, the watching friends reach milestone moments, the wondering if you missed your chance moments. And in those moments, the doubt creeps in. The feeling that maybe you should have it all figured out by now. But here's what you need to know. You're not behind. You're not running out of time. You are living a story that was never meant to be rushed. A story that is still unfolding in ways you cannot see. And one day, you'll look back and realize you weren't lost. You were just on your way home to yourself. I can't tell you how many times I read that. Like, I honestly do not remember. I just kept rereading it, and I would reread portions and then reread the whole thing and then just reread the beginning and just keep going back and back and back. And it's almost like I remember it by heart, but still not yet. And I'm going to continue reading it, I feel like, until I do, because there's something so beautiful about this passage. And it's the truth, right? Like, I feel like right now I'm at this place where I am on this journey, in a sense, back to myself. Because everything that I'm doing is for me. I'm trying to build a certain life. I'm trying to build and do certain things for me, for my advancement, for my family, the people that I love and care for, right? Because they are a part of me. But I need to create this life. They can't create it for me. You know, Sebastian, Albert, Rob, Bams, Roop, Tim, all these people that are in my life, my mom, nobody can create the life for me. I have to take the time to do it. I have to put the pieces in the right places. And even if they don't necessarily fit, I can kind of shift things so that they can. The shapes are just a little fucked up at times, and it's all right. But I have to do this, and that it's okay. It's all right. Like, everything is unfolding in its time. Okay, I didn't get this at this time. I didn't do this by this point. It's all right. It's like, you know what I mean? There's no point, in a sense, of crying over spilled milk. Just because it hasn't happened then doesn't mean it's not going to happen. And I have to constantly tell myself that. But more so this week, it's just been like, you know, like it's here. It's all right here in front of me. It's been very much in my thoughts, you know, it's been very much in my heart, in my mind, in my soul, where I'm in this place that it's just like, okay, don't beat yourself up. Give yourself time to process. Give yourself time to think, right? And it's I come across a lot of those where it's like wondering if I missed my chance moments. And then in those exact moments, that's where doubt creeps in. And that's a dangerous place to be. And you have to be able to pull yourself out. Because again, if I can't pull myself out, nobody's going to know. Because a lot of this shit I deal with from on a personal standpoint. Even if you see me, if somebody, one of the homies was to randomly show up at the pad, you're not going to fucking know that I was just spiraling down a dark ass fucking hole and that I was losing my fucking shit. Because I'm going to fucking welcome you with love. What's good, G? Give you hugs. You know, what's up? Let's have a drink. Let's kick back. Let's watch a movie. I don't know. Let's catch up. And maybe it'll come out in conversation. But it's probably not going to be the same way that I was thinking about it. And I can't let myself fall into those moments. Like, it's okay to process them. I'm not saying to push any of that shit away because I stay in it for a while. But then I get myself out. Because I'm like, okay, well, this, right? Even though if I'm thinking I should have had it all figured out by now, well, shouldas and couldas, they don't count. And times have changed. Things have changed. Right? Like, who would have fucking thought that a starter home now is damn near $1 million in LA? That is normal to see 700,000-800,000 for shit like that. Dude, when we were kids, I remember looking at houses and seeing houses that you would think are $1 million. It's nothing. That image is fucking broken, right? You were thinking mansions, you're thinking this, you're thinking that. Because at the time, it kind of was. It was. You'd see shit like that, and that's what it is. Now you see $1 million over here, and it's a fucking sack of potatoes on the road, you know? So shit is not the same. Jobs are not the same. Everything is different. Again, who would have fucking thought at one point that eggs would be $20? And they might not be like that right now, but we just hit that point not too long ago. So it's like everything is different, and it's okay. We're moving with life, and that's how I feel. Like I'm moving the way I need to move, and I'm trying to navigate the best that I can. And I can't beat myself up for it. Because shit goes down the way it does, and it's like, all right, cool. Well, here we are. And I'm not running out of time. Everything is unfolding in its time. And that I'm living a story that, like this says right here, right? Like you're living a story that was never meant to be rushed. And I feel like I'm just in this constant rat race with myself where I'm like, how do I get here faster? How do I make more money? How do I do this? Fucking stop. Because it doesn't matter what I do. It doesn't matter how I think. Shit's going to unfold the way it's going to unfold. I'm going to put in the work where I need to put it in. And that's all I can do. Right? I'm going to invest my time, my love, my energy into my job, into the people that I care for, into all these things. And whatever happens outside of that is outside of my control. Right? It's like if I look for these high profile positions at certain companies and I apply for them and I do that, me stressing and doing all this is not going to rush them looking at the application. It's not going to have them speed anything up. It's not going to do anything. All I can do is be like, okay, well, I put it out there. I checked it out. I saw something cool. That's it. Or I reached out to so-and-so with this opportunity. Hey, I have this idea, blah, 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 whatever. Stressing about it doesn't do anything. I got to leave it alone. It's like, once it's out of your hands, it's out of your fucking hands. And it's okay. Shit is going to unfold in its time. And as difficult as it is to swallow that, it's something that we all have to face. It doesn't matter what you do. It doesn't matter how bad you stress. None of that is going to change anything. All you can do is take the steps forward that you need to take. And fucking take them. If you sit there and you're like, oh, I need to do this, and you don't take any steps forward to do any of that shit that you need to do, well, then you're a fucking dumbass. Because I look at myself and I'm like, dude, you can't do shit like that. Start. Just fucking start. Start somewhere, even if it's small. Do something. Because again, if you don't, nothing's going to happen. Nothing. And then at that point, it's your fucking fault. It's not life. It's nothing else. It's your fucking fault. And you got to own up to it. So you want to do shit? Go do shit. Go fucking do shit. It is that simple. It's with anything. Small steps, regardless, are still steps. Just move forward. Even if you're fucking barely like inching, like you're still fucking moving. Better some movement than no movement at all, you know? So this just, it hit a certain way, man. And I hate that type of shit. I've told you, how many times we fucking talk about this? I'm like, dude, I'll be on Instagram sometimes, and then sometimes you see shit. And granted, I was looking for this. This wasn't like a random, I'm gonna scrolling, and all of a sudden I come across this. I didn't just come across this. Like, I was looking for something. I wanted something like this. I didn't know it was gonna be in the podcast. I didn't know I was gonna talk about it, but it just so happened to be lined up with the shit that I was talking about. And kind of everything that I've been dealing with, in a sense, right? Like what's coming up, everything creeping, and it was all encapsulated in this little fucking paragraph. So I'm going to keep reading it back to myself. I'm going to keep looking at it. Like, I have it saved in my notes on my phone. It's like pinned. So I just keep looking at it, because I need to remind myself it doesn't have to be that fucking difficult all the time. I don't have to be so fucking hard on myself. Life's hard enough. Everything's crazy. You open your phone, turn on the news, shit's bad all the time. Like, I can't tell you how much bad shit I saw this morning on the news. It's like, okay, cool. I can only fucking control what's in my life. And this is all I got, you know? So with all of that being said, this is going to be my advice for you guys. So your diet is not only what you eat. It's what you watch, what you listen to, what you read, the people you hang around. Be mindful of the things you put into your body emotionally, spiritually, and physically. I can't stress all of this to you guys enough. It's everything we talked about today. So I really hope that you guys were able to take your notes, to listen, to think. Talk about this shit with the people around you, your homies, your families, your partners. Because this is it. Curate your life a certain way. People talk about curating being a bad thing, right? And it can be. You can curate to a fault where it's like you created this image and it's like, nah, but you can also curate just your life in general. How you see things. Why you have certain people. It's not just what you eat, right? Like, we always think about that. And it's like, no. Like, dude, your diet is everything. The way I look at it, diet's everything. It's all of this, right? What you watch, what you listen to, what you read, the people you hang around. That's what you consume. That is your diet. What is the environment that you put yourself in? Look at it. What needs to be changed? What needs to be shifted? Ooh, maybe I'm having too much of this. Let's fucking move that. I realize when I'm around these people, I feel just kind of like, I feel kind of down on myself. I feel kind of like this. I feel like that. But when I'm with these people or this person, I feel a buck. Like, I feel like I could do anything. Like, I feel recharged. I feel loved. I feel energetic. Like, I need more of this. I need less of that. Okay, shift that. Looking at the social media that you see. Man, I love seeing shit like this. This makes me happy. When I see stuff like that, I realize, maybe this makes me feel some sort of way, or I don't really need to be seeing all this. Change that up. Change that shit out. Change your routine. Change what you listen to, the music, the vibe, the everything. That's why, like, I take a lot of pride when people come kick it with me. Because, I'll be having music on, make us a nice cocktail, be a certain way. So I have a certain vibe here, right? In my house, I have a certain vibe. And people always feel comfortable. They love being here. The homies love being here. And I love that. I love that they love being here. And everybody says all the time, say, bro, it feels so good. I said, that's what's up. That's what I wanted, baby. I want you to feel like you're home. This is the vibe. This is what we're about here. It's good energies. It's good things. There's no crazy shit. I don't have time for that. I like my space clean. I like my space organized. I like a nice cocktail, listening to some nice music. Like, I love kicking back. That's me. And I curate the fuck out of that for a reason. Because this is my space. This is my safe haven. I need it to be a certain way. I don't need bad shit around here. I don't need those vibes. So again, look at everything that's around you. Check your diet. It's more than what you eat. So I appreciate y'all. I love y'all so much. Thank you for supporting this podcast, supporting me. Everything that you guys do for me, for the cast. I appreciate y'all. From the bottom of my heart, thank you, thank you, thank you. I hope you have a beautiful rest of your day, an incredible weekend ahead, and I will catch you guys on the next one.